Backdoor finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Monday evening here on yourliveevent.com. On this super Monday evening, we are back with our high school sports broadcast schedule here with yourliveevent.com as part of the Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. It is Aitkin Gobbler girls basketball tonight here on yourliveevent.com as the 6-14 Aitkin Gobblers take on the 6-14 Little Falls Flyers tonight out of Class 3A here this evening. Paul Vole joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen on the pregame show tonight. Gobblers most recently in action on a Friday, suffering an 83-38 loss against Park Rapids in, of course, that being a mid-state conference action as well. Gobblers fell behind early 20-0 to open up that game against Park Rapids, but second half, a much more upstart second half for the Aitkin Gobblers too. But overall, the contest with the way for the Gobblers didn't go their way, but still plenty of things positively to take out of that contest too, Jeremy. And again, just building more and more confidence here with this Gobbler group overall.
Yeah, it was a tough start for the Gobblers as we talked in that pregame and a couple pregames. Gobblers got to get off to a better start, but they were resilient. They fought to the end and put on a little pressure. Park Rapids in the start of that second half, and continued to battle, and hopefully it transitions into this game tonight.
Gobblers sitting at now 0-7 in the Mid-State Conference as well. 4-5 at home, but it hasn't been easier for Little Falls on the other side, suffering most recently 42-17 against Foley this past Saturday, now making it 4 straight losses for the Flyers as well. They've had a tough go here as of late with their 2 top scorers out due to injury as of late, so younger players have had to step up in a combination of some, a few juniors and a couple of freshmen as well, making some impact down the stretch for their team as well. But this is a matchup, Jeremy, we don't even get to see it. Just doing a little bit of research, looking back, had to go way far back if we were lucky enough to even see last time Aitkin played Little Falls. This is just unfamiliar territory for both squads.
Yeah, I think they're in section 8,
yes.
AAA. So a class size bigger than us. But these are the games you want to put on a schedule in a normal year to get a good quality opponent. And they're going to be solid. They play in a tough conference and a tough section. And so again, you don't know much about them, but in today's world with film and research, you're able to get a lot of looks at teams throughout the year.
And we'll get a look at both squads, of course, with your Aitkin Gobblers taking on Little Falls Flyers tonight. We'll step aside here on the pregame show. We have a conversation coming up with Little Falls head coach, that being Aaron Bring. He'll join us here on the pregame show as the Flyers take on the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Girls high school basketball here on yourliveevent.com. And also, you can always find out more with score schedules, broadcast times, and more by going to rjbroadcasting.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect.
Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. Little Falls Flyers taking on the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Girls high school basketball, as we get the chance now to catch up with head coach for the Little Falls Flyers. Aaron Bring joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, thanks so much for taking time to speak with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us out. First time here in Aitkin, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's something we'll talk about here. Of course, this matchup, Little Falls and Aitkin. Not too familiar of a matchup, but want to talk most recently a contest that you had back on Saturday as well. You take a loss against Foley, too. Looking back at that contest overall, what just wasn't working well for the Flyers in that game against Foley?
Not putting the ball in the hoop. We executed a very good game plan defensively and held them and stopped them to what they're good at. We just had trouble scoring, and it's just sometimes that happens on a Saturday afternoon, and it bit us on Saturday.
Coach, also, too, of course, this is a matchup we don't see too often between Aitkin and Little Falls, but who has been some of the players that have really stepped up this year for your team?
We've kind of had a roller coaster of a season with injuries and stuff like that. We had our two top leading scorers go out about 2 weeks ago that accounted for about 23 a game for us, so new people are having to step up. Claire Van Risingham has been a solid foundation for us in the middle, and she's somebody that's been healthy and played a lot of minutes this year for us, and gets the younger girls ready when they have opportunities to play, and she's kind of been our rock. Otherwise, it's a lot of young kids learning every night, and we try to get the most out of them.
Talking about, too, Coach, obviously your top two scorers go out recently. Of course, Claire stepped up for your team, too. But now at this point of the season, I'm sure, like you had said, a lot of these girls kind of learning on the fly and making those adjustments. How's been the progression of this team with some of those younger players been, say, from the midway point of the season till now, looking towards, obviously, just probably a couple of weeks left in the regular season for your team?
The main thing is they're starting to become varsity basketball players. Defensively, they're dialed in. They understand that, and they're doing a really good job. It's, offensively, you lose people that put the ball in the hoop, and somebody's got to make up for that. And we're still trying to figure that out. And we do have some people that are stepping up and playing important roles offensively for us. But it's a learning curve. We're trying to get past.
Coach, with this matchup tonight against Aitkin as well, I don't know if you've had the chance. I would assume that you've had the chance to look at some film. What do you see here for this team, for your team to maybe get off to a good start tonight against Aitkin?
We've watched them play multiple times, and every game kind of is different. They do a bunch of different stuff. I think it's a team that we can control the tempo of the basketball game, and get after it, try to create some extra possessions. It should be a good matchup for us.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Head coach for the Little Falls Flyers, Aaron Abring, joining us here on the pregame show. The Flyers sitting at 6-14 on the season. On the road, they are 3-7, identical to their home record. But out of the Granite Ridge Conference, they've had a little bit more trouble with 3-8, their record in the Granite Ridge Conference. As we will step aside here for another break on the pregame show, the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Little Falls Flyers here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com, or the pregame show where conversation with Coach Davies is on the way as you are tuning in to Aitkin Gobbler Girls Basketball here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobbler girls playing host to the Little Falls Flyers tonight. As now here on the pregame show, we get the catch up now with head coach for your Gobblers, Coach Davies, joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, as always, thanks again for taking time to speak with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Coach, most recently, of course, the game back on Friday, a loss for your team, 83-38 for that contest as well. You know, talking about, we remember in the postgame show talking about, just I was more on the side of trying to find positives, but obviously your team, especially getting down early in the contest, second half much different as well with your team just going out there, competing and having fun overall from that game too. I'm sure there was a lot more to look at film to not only to improve upon, but also take away as maybe a few more positives than what started off in that contest from Friday.
Yeah, there's always things that they can improve on and build their skills and whatever else, but I had a long talk with a bunch of people after the game, and over the weekend I thought about it, and it was just all positives. Like, we came out and we played a solid game, whatever the score looked like. It was just a good game all around. The girls played like they knew what they're doing, and that just brings smiles to my face, and they had energy and they were aggressive, and that's all I could ask for. So I'm excited to see what tonight brings. Hopefully that overfolds over the weekend for tonight.
Talking about, too, obviously, the last couple of games you've had a full bench to work with as well, mixing, matching a little bit, obviously working on a couple of girls, some girls getting a chance to, maybe play a few more minutes as opposed to, a few weeks ago, even the start of the year, too. But things, as always, here at this time of year, kind of game by game right now. How have things been so far with the, the makeup of the bench, even with, I know Camille took a bit of a tumble, we'll say, to say the least, on in that game against Park Rapids too. But how's the team doing so far health-wise?
Health-wise, I think we're pretty good. Camille said she feels great, and there's no signs of concussion or any injury. I got a call tonight that Abby Palm can play more minutes tonight, so that's huge for us. So I'm excited to see what tonight brings for both of those girls. Otherwise, we have our ankles, of course, but throw some tape on it, give some tough love, and I think they'll get through it. But other than that, we're pretty full for tonight, so I'm excited.
Coach, also, too, with this matchup from the previous time that we had talked, of course, in the post game against Park Rapids, too, you had the chance to look at a little film of Little Falls, too, now that you've had the weekend to maybe brush up a little bit more. What do you see here with this matchup going up against the Flyers?
I think we have a good matchup on the inside and the outside on our perimeter. We're going to be matched up really good. I think defense is going to be the bringer of tonight's game. As long as we can play solid defense, keep ourselves out of foul trouble, it'll be a good game.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Head coach for your Aitkin Gobbler girls, Coach Davies, here on the pregame show. Gobblers look to get some more forward momentum after, a bit of a hard one against the Park Rapids area Panthers from Friday. But again, as this contest does get closer and closer, the Gobblers and the Flyers set to take away here tonight with this Monday evening contest. Gobblers sitting at 2-7 in Section 7-2A, while still looking to get back over that 500 mark, sitting at 4-5 in home on the season. Gobblers and Flyers here this evening as we'll get another break here on the pregame show. Of course, we'll get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. A couple of programming notes to let you know about as we head towards the latter half of this week when it comes to coverage for section wrestling coming up here this week. More of that on the pregame show as the Aitkin Gobblers take on the Little Falls Flyers. Girls High School Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers, Little Falls Flyers, Girls High School Basketball on a Super Monday night here with, of course, YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen on the pregame show. Quick check of our out-of-town scoreboard again. We do have underway over on pregame starting-wise, I should say. Minnesota Timberwolves at the Dallas Mavericks tonight on KKIN, AM 930, FM Translator 103.1. We also have girls high school basketball, a couple of good matchups as well. Greenway at McGregor on Real Country, 94.3 KKIN FM. And also Crosby Ironton at Pine River Bacchus on Skeeter 101.5, and also YourLiveEvent.com here on a Monday evening. And to let you know about as well, we are going to have coverage of the Section 7-2A team meets coming up here Thursday and Friday of this week. We're going to send down Lance Bauman, and of course Noah Caruso will be on the coverage for Thursday at Pierce High School with I believe the wherever Aitkin does end up as well. I believe Hibbing was also in the course of action as well. The Section 7 team finals as well on Friday. As far as Aitkin goes, as far as we will go with your coverage on KK on AM 930 AM and FM 103.1, we'll get coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers as they head into section team action with individuals coming up next week. But for the Aitkin Gobbler wrestlers as well, Maddie Strohmeyer is going to state as well after finishing second at 114 pounds over the weekend. So congrats to Maddie on that.
Yeah, nice. And the girl she lost to is, I think, ranked 8th in the nation.
Yes.
Boys side, I don't think it's been confirmed yet whether we're in the north or the south
I know
of the section.
They're still kind of working out whether it's going to be at Pierce or Hibbing. I've heard things maybe Hibbing in that one. But nonetheless, we'll have coverage of the Gobblers Thursday, and if they go into Friday as well, we'll have coverage of that. That will be, again, on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1. And, of course, with those matches being covered at rjbroadcasting.com. Little Falls and Aitkin tonight, just moments away here. National Anthem is going to be coming up. We'll get a look at our starting lineups on the way as well. Gobblers and the Flyers here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back here on the other side of this break with the starting lineups and also your opening tip here tonight.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide,
where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class. My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Was going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance.
Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
My name is Jared, born and raised.
Welcome back here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobbler girls basketball taking on the Little Falls Flyers here this evening as we get a look at both teams with their starting lineups here this evening. Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen, starting first with the 6-14 Little Falls Flyers. Starting lineup will go like this. Number 5 is a junior at 5'6", Janaea Saldana. Number 14 is a junior at 6 foot, and Clara Van Rizigem. And also number 15 is a sophomore at 5'6", and Leah LeBlanc. While number 20 is a senior at 5'8", and Anna Stedman. While number 23 is a 5'7" sophomore, and Riley Becker. Head coach for the Little Falls Flyers is Aaron Bring. Assistant coaches that include Aaron Sinclair, Nick Mose, and Grace Gerards. Now for your Aitkin Gobblers this evening, starting lineup will include number 15, a 5'5" junior in Emma Jacobson. Number 20 is a 6 foot senior in Tegan Pesek, while number 21 is a 5'5" senior in Eiley Cullum. Number 23 is a 6 foot junior in Emma Sky, while number 24 is a 5'7" senior in Ella Jansen. Head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers in her first season is Coach Davies, assisted by Shariah Peterson, and we want to send birthday wishes out to Coach Peterson, celebrating a birthday here this evening. His family in attendance, passing out cupcakes between the JV and the varsity game here tonight, as the Gobblers will be in the home blacks. Aitkin going across the chest in red with black trim, or red with white trim, I should say, on the black uniforms. Little Falls in the road whites. Little Falls in script going across the chest in purple with purple numbers as well. Jeremy, with this contest here tonight, what do Gobblers need to do to get off to a good start here this evening?
Again, control the ball, control the tempo. I feel that you got to press. You're going to have to press break early. Don't panic. You make a mistake, don't panic. Just play the game. Get in that half-court offense and slow it down a little bit, and good things will happen. Again, a fast start for the Gobblers doesn't mean fast start up and down the floor, fast start in points. It means playing good defense, controlling the half-court offense and the half-court defense. We'll go from there.
Gobblers tonight, again, matching up wise 5'5", 6 foot, 5'5", 6 foot, 5'7", while Little Falls 5'6", 6 foot, 5'6", 5'8", 5'7". So Emma Sky will take the opening tap here for the Gobblers, and I believe we'll get Anna Stedman, or it might be Claire Van Rizzigam, who will take the opening tap, listed at 6 foot for the Little Falls Flyers. Falls going across the chest in script purple for the Little Falls Flyers here tonight. Gobblers will be working left to right on your computer screens at yourliveevent.com. Opening tap is won by the Gobblers, but turned over on the opening possession as it's stolen away from the Flyers. By the Flyers from Eiley Cullum. 3 off the right side is good to start off. They're going to knock that down as a 2 for number 23 in Riley Becker. A 2-0 start for the Little Falls Flyers on their first possession. Gobblers look to set up the offense at the top of the circle. Working away from his screen. Now back towards it. Eiley Cullum from the right elbow. Runs into trouble. Ball loose out on the floor. It's Ella Jansen with the ball. Right side gets a screen from Sky. Back to the right side. Looking for a pass right side. Skips it at the free throw line for Eiley Cullum. Runs into trouble. Down low to Sky. Pushes her way up. And going to get 2 shots already off the opening attempt there from Emma Sky. Foul called against Van Rizzigam. Actually, they're going to get that to number 14 and Leah LeBlanc. Number 15 on the floor there for the Flyers. First free throw from Emma Sky is good.
I think they had the wrong number there, Paul. It was number 14. I mean, it is showing it on the board as 15, but it was definitely number 14.
Second free throw, no good from Sky. 2-1 the score. Another foul called in transition and Tegan Piesick will be assessed her first here this evening. Inbound will come right in front of the bench with Anna Stedman inbounding to Van Rizzigam right at midcourt. Now she'll trudge her way from the right elbow, throws up a running shot, and it's going to be a charge against Van Rizzigam. Now let's make a note of this with 17 minutes to go in the first half. Now initially that first foul went to LeBlanc, but if they call it correctly, that's 2 fouls for Van Rizzigam already here, not even a full minute in. Inbound, taken away from the Gobblers. Driving, LeBlanc, right-handed shot, basket will not go. 2 free throws coming up for LeBlanc. Foul called against, I believe that'll go against
Emma Sky.
Sky with her first, team second already. 1:07, we got 4 fouls in total. Hopefully not a precursor to the evening that lies ahead for both squads. First free throw from LeBlanc is good, 3-1 the score. Here on yourliveevent.com.
A little ring around the rosy, but it fell in.
That it did.
Jump ball. Possession to Little Falls here.
.46 to go here in the first half. To the right side, jumper off the right side, no good. Rebounded loose, and another jump ball they're going to call as a timeout, actually. They're going to grant the timeout before, no, actually. Going to say possession arrow goes to the Gobblers on that jump ball. Inbound right in front of the lane, and a foul called on the reach as foul assessed. They're going to go with that to Van Rizegem for second.
And if it was called correctly, it would have been her third. Granted,
Yes.
she probably wouldn't have been in the game at that point.
Long inbound, looking for Jansen in transition. Going to try and save it before it goes out of bounds, and it's last touched and turned over by the Gobblers.
We're going to have to figure out a different press break here, Paul. It's
minutes and 24 seconds in. 4-1 the score. Little Falls against Aitkin. Girls basketball inbound to LeBlanc from the free throw line. She'll take it herself. Stutter steps her way across the timeline, top of the right side. Right side now, number 23 in Becker. Now gives it up to Stedman. Stedman from the free throw line, kicks it back out. Stops, hesitates. LeBlanc with a left-handed roll. Can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound. Fought down on the floor. Last touch by the Gobblers. It will stay with the Flyers. Seeing a substitution on the floor. Number 24, Madison Whitford, checking in for the Flyers. In with a handle off the inbound as Becker's shot is up and good. 6-1 now the score. Just 2 minutes into our contest here tonight. Gobblers with the handle to the right side now for Eiley Cullum. Cullum looking for a pass inside. Now we'll go to Emma Skye on her way up as she'll fire up a three for Cullum. Is good for Eiley Cullum. Cuts the deficit down to 6-4. Gobblers bringing the press. Driving is going to be banking up and in for Malin Youngberg. Goes the length of the floor for two.
Fourth turnover for the Gobblers thus far.
Eight to 4 now the score. Driving across half court now for Whitford. Up with the runner off the right side for number 15 LeBlanc, no good.
Rebound by Emma Jacobson there, and then deflected out of bounds on the pass. Gobbler basketball.
Gobblers get it right back. 3 minutes into our contest, 8-4 our score here on yourliveevent.com. Tegan Piesick will inbound to Abby Palm, checking in for the first time tonight for the Gobblers. She'll bring it across half court, left side out on the wing. Looks to reassess the offense now as she'll drive her way to the top of the circle now, right side for Jacobson. Jacobson loses the handle being defended. To Skye from the right elbow, goes off her foot, and Jansen will recollect. To Skye at the right elbow, fights her way to free throw line and spinning away and throwing a pass out of bounds, unfortunately, to Jansen. Looking for Jansen with Skye. Gobblers give it right back with 14:30 to play in this first half. 8-4 our score. Up and in and finishing it for Malin Youngberg, the 7th grader. Jansen in transition for a three-pointer, tries to bank one in, no good. Rebounded down to LeBlanc with 14 minutes to go. 10-4 now the score. Right side to Abby Palm on the rebound after the missed three. Palm going to knock down a jumper, now makes it 10-6 our score. Flyers come back the other way offensively, and it'll go to number 24, Madison Whitford. Back out to Youngberg once again. Jumper from Becker, shot no good for Whitford, I should say. Rebounded down to number 20 in Stedman. She'll work it to the right corner. Turns around, drives, throws up the runner, and good. 12-6 now our score.
"30-second timeout called by the Gobblers. Coach Davies. A quick break.
We'll do just that here with 13:02 to go here on yourliveevent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Welcome back here on yourliveevent.com. 13:02 to play in this first half. 12-6. Little Falls on top of the Aitkin Gobblers girls high school basketball, and this one just seeking to find a little bit of flow here early on to get some steady play up and down on both sides of the court. 5 fouls already in the first 5 minutes of this contest as the inbound to Tegan Piesick across half court, works it to the top of the key now for a pass left side into the left corner to Jacobson. Steps inside the arc, jumper no good, fight for a rebound, last touch by the Flyers. It will stay with Aitkin. 12-6 our score. Inbound to left of the basket. Tegan Piesick will skip it in to Sky. Her shot impeded upon. Bretta Westman will get the loose ball to Jacobson from the free throw line. Pops a shot high off the backboard. Sky with a rebound, and we get a foul called as it looks like Sky will head to the line once again. (12-6) with 12:41 to go. Foul goes against number 20, Anna Stedman. First free throw is good for Aitkin, now making it 12-7.
Emma's second time to the line tonight.
Second free throw going to be coming up here momentarily, and good. Makes it now 12-8. Gobblers down by just those 2 possessions. Youngberg across half court. Ball stripped out of her hands and goes back to Aitkin as goes off Youngberg's hand. And Tegan Piesick will inbound the basketball for the Gobblers. 12:34 to play here in this contest. Inbound. Right at midcourt to Bretta Westman. Westman from the left side. Back out to Jacobson. Steps inside the arc now to Abby Palm. Palm cross-court heave to Piesick. Piesick going to fire it up from downtown off the back of the iron. No good. Fight for rebound. Last touch by the Gobblers. It'll go back to Little Falls. Unable to get that rebound loose. 12-8 the score. Inbound to Youngberg. Malin Youngberg, last touch by Aitkin as it was poked out of her hands by Tegan Piesick with 12:19 to go in the first half.
Again, the start that the Gobblers probably wanted, you know.
Long inbound and looking for Youngberg in transition. Can't finish the shot as rebounded down to Sky. Outlets now to Jacobson from the left wing. Steps inside, feeds it to Westman. Double team on her. Right-handed finish, can't go. Rebounded down to Sky, and they're going to call a tie-up on the jump ball as it'll be possession arrow for Little Falls with.
That's one where Emma just needs to go right back up. Don't put that ball on the floor. You cause that tie-up that they just gained there.
12-8 now the score as the inbound going to Janaea Saldana, who checks back in, and Jacobson pushes in against Saldana. Foul against Emma. That'll be her first. Team's third of the half for the Gobblers. Camille Peranto into the game. First time tonight, and also first time since she took that hard hit off the Gobbler floor Friday against Park Rapids, but Coach Davies said that she was good to go. Jumper from number 20 in Stedman, no good. Ball back into the hands of Aitkin. 12-8 the score. Right side, just inside the arc for a deep 2 for Jacobson, no good. Who touched it last? They are going to say last touch by the Flyers. and will go back to Aitkin. Coach Abring not happy about that, but nonetheless, Gobblers get the basketball. Inbounding the left of the basket now will be Tegan Piesick. Piesick inbounding now as it's poked out of her hand, or actually last touch by the Flyers going out of bounds with it. 11:33 to play. 12-8 the score. Right to Jacobson in the lane. Stops, throws up a shot. Tipped on the way. No foul call as a rebound loose to Stedman, who gives it up to Saldana across half court. Hits the deck, and it'll be still in the hands of the Flyers. Down low, up and in for Whitford for 2 more. It's back up to a 6-point lead for Little Falls. To Tegan Piesick. She'll take it. At half court now to Camille Paranto. Looks to drive at the free throw line. Skips it back out. Piesick from the free throw line. Dish a pass back out left side to Jacobson. Beyond the reach of Abby Palm. Loose on the floor. It's going to be number 22, I should say, in Youngberg. And last touched. Going out of bounds, or I should say it'll go back to Little Falls with 10:56 to play in the first half as Eiley Cullum and Ella Jansen back into the game for the Gobblers. On the inbound, right in front of public address announcer Dave Sedlowski, the Flyers bring it across half court with Saldana as a foul called against. You're going to go to Abby Palm on the foul. First foul for her. Team's 4th of the half. 10:49 to play in this first half. We are even at fouls at 4 apiece. Inbound, Whitford. Youngberg driving left baseline, pass back out to number 20 in Stedman. Stedman right side to Saldana. Saldana will drive from the right wing, pass back out now to number 23 in Becker. Floater in the lane from Stedman, no good. Long rebound in the hands of Abby Palm. She'll come out with the loose ball.
Abby's 3rd rebound tonight.
Jansen across half court, feeds it inside to Westman. Right-handed shot blocked halfway up by Youngberg. Youngberg at 5'10", using those long arms as the 7th grader slides to her knees with the ball. No travel called with 10:10 to go. 14-8. Back up to Stedman at the top of the circle, left side from the elbow. Stops, pops a shot, good. Doubles up the lead now. It's 8, 16-8 our score. 9:57 to go in the first half. Across the timeline for Abby Palm from the right wing. Skips a pass inside to Camille Paranto. Double team on her. Back out to Jansen. Straight on 3-pointer. Good for Ella Jansen. Cuts the lead down to 5 at 16-11. Long inbound to Malin Youngberg. She'll go from the free throw line out to the midcourt stripe. Now she'll bring up the offense to establish them at half court. Right side now for number 20 in Stedman. Stedman pops a deep 2. Good. Brings it back up to a 7-point advantage at 18-11 with 9:16 to go. Cross-court heave for Abby Palm. Palm from the left elbow loses the handle, and a foul called defensively against the Flyers. And we'll bring back in a couple of Gobblers. Foul called against Janea Saldana. And we'll see Emma Sky and Emma Jacobson, as well as Tegan Piesick back in for the Gobblers, bringing back out Westman, Palm, and Jansen. At 11 to go, another substitution, number 25 and Lexi LeBlanc checking in for the Flyers. Jansen, she should say, Piesick with the inbound to Paranto to the left of the basket. To Tegan from the left wing. Now inside, Camille, turnaround shot, no good. Rebounded down to Whitford. Whitford will give it up to Youngberg across. Now to the midcourt stripe, right side for Lexi LeBlanc. Gonna fire a 3, no good. Rebounded down, number 15, Leah LeBlanc. Number 15, not number 25. 3-pointer no good as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Flyers. Gobblers will give it right back as a foul called against Madison Whitford. Inbound stolen away from the Gobblers to Leah LeBlanc. At the top of the circle now, works right side. Pushes a pass inside and shot no good. Rebound fought for is Becker and Paranto dueling for it. As possession error on the tie-up says it'll go to Aitkin. 8:39 to go here in this first half. Gobblers down 18-11. Eiley Cullum across, back to her from Piesick. Now it'll be Jacobson to bring the offense across midcourt. Escapes the defender. Jacobson going to fire a three right wing. No good. Rebound is collected by the Flyers, number 23, and Riley Becker. Becker will give it up to Leah LeBlanc. She'll take her time across that midcourt line. Just over halfway through this first half. To Malin Youngberg on the left wing. Skips a pass. Shot blocked up by Becker from Sky as we get bodies hitting the deck, and jump ball on the tie-up. We'll give it, stays with Little Falls. The Gobblers will get the possession arrow right back. 18-11 the score.
Pretty clean game for the Little Falls Flyers. No turnovers yet.
So far, 6 fouls to their credit in this first half, though. Youngberg, shot from the left side for number 24, Whitford, no good. Rebounded down to Tegan Piesick. Tegan will take it across half court for the Gobblers, and they're going to tail a travel as she tried to hold up right in front of the Flyers bench with 7:54 to go in the first half.
8th turnover for the Gobblers so far here.
18-11 her score. Janaea Saldana checks back in for the Flyers. Right to the right side now for number 15 in the corner for Leah LeBlanc. Escapes out to the right wing, being defended by Emma Jacobson. Between midcourt and the top of the circle, I should say, to Lexi LeBlanc. Pass to the right corner for Saldana. Cross-court heave again. 3 on the way from Youngberg, no good. Rebounded down into the hands of Lexi LeBlanc. She gives it up to Leah. Bank off the right side. It counts, and she is fouled. Heading the line will be Leah LeBlanc, the sophomore, looking to complete the three-point play. Foul called against Eiley Cullum. That's her first. Team's 5th already of this half with 7:26 to go. And the Flyers looking to make it a 10-point lead with the and one free throw. No good, but a rebound down to Whitford. Puts it back. No good. LeBlanc fouled again. As she'll head back to the free throw line with another chance to make it a 10-point lead.
Gobblers need to start putting a body on people in there.
Sky will be sent to her second foul tonight. 6 of the half for Aitkin. 6 fouls apiece in this first half. As now making it a 10-point lead, 21-11.
This is LeBlanc's 5th free throw attempt tonight.
And she's got 5 points in total. Looking to make it 6 on this next attempt. On its way from Leah LeBlanc, and good. Nets the pair. 22-11. Gobblers trail with 7.5 to go. 7:20 across half court for the Gobblers. Britta Westman off the bench for Emma Sky. Goes up right-handed, leaves it short. Fight for a rebound. It's taken out by Leah LeBlanc for the Flyers. She'll bring it across half court now, working right side. Back to the left now for Youngberg. Youngberg switches out with Janaea Saldana from the left wing, back up top for Leah LeBlanc. LeBlanc looks for a pass inside the perimeter, back out to Malin Youngberg. Will circle her way back to the top, hands it off to Lexi LeBlanc. From the left elbow, pass out to Madison Whitford to Malin Youngberg. Left elbow extended, drives up and in. Malin Youngberg finishes it for 2 more, 24-11. Gobblers trail, 6.5 to go in the first half. Jansen to Westman, drives inside. Left-handed layup is good, high off the glass for the finish. Britta Westman off the bench scores her first points of the night. Inbound to Janaea Saldana. Right from the free throw line of Little Falls, she'll drive to the free throw line of Aitkin. Driving up and in, no good. Put back on the follow through from Whitford, no good. Gobblers get the rebound, but turn it back the other way as Ella Jansen gives it right back on a forced pass. Lexi LeBlanc throws up a runner, no good. Tapped loose, rebound. It comes back to Little Falls. Shot off the right side from Madison Whitford is in. And a stoppage here on the floor. Timeout taken with 5:59 to play. 26-13 our score. Gobblers trail against Little Falls here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide. Where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back here this evening on yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers and the Little Falls Flyers. Girls basketball here on yourliveevent.com. Gobblers trail against Little Falls 26-13 with just under 6 minutes to play here in this first half. Gobblers have come up empty the last few possessions and have allowed the Flyers to sneak away with a couple of offensive opportunities on the glass and with the possessions as well. Loose ball handling from the Gobblers to the free throw line for Camille Peranto. Back out to Jansen from the left elbow. Kicks a pass back up top for Jacobson. Left side again for Jansen. Circling away back to the top with the 7th grader Malin Youngberg. Now a double team. To Tegan Piesick on the right wing. Right elbow. Jumper from Westman. Off the back of the rim. No good. Long rebound. It's going to be a jump ball in the tie-up. And it'll go with Aitkin on the possession arrow. But the Gobblers will give that possession arrow back the other way here after the inbound. 5:25 to play in the first half. 13 points for Aitkin. 26 for Little Falls. Off the inbound. Right corner. Jansen back to Piesick out on the right wing again. As from the free throw line, and I get a foul called on the floor as it looks like against Peranto, providing that screen for
Saldana.
Oh.
Number 5, Saldana.
Trying to reach in against Piesick there, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 here with the 7th foul of the half for Little Falls. 5:19 to play in the first half, 26-13. 5:19 to go here as we'll get the 1-and-1 here after the substitution is Saldana out. And Rizigam into the game. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Piesick is good. 26-14 now the score. Second free throw coming up from Tegan Piesick. Tegan with her first points of the night. Second free throw short. Rebounded down to number 22, and Youngberg loses it in the shot attempt. Back the other way come the Gobblers. To Westman, tries to throw a lead pass, and it's going to be over the head of the Gobbler player looking for, and the pass from Westman trying to find Emma Jacobson, but threw it behind her head, it almost looked like, and turned back over to the side.
Just a little too late on that. Jacobson was streaking early. If she catches her with a little lob, that's probably an up-and-in easy layup.
5:06 to go. Inbound right in front of the Flyers bench. It'll go to Riley Becker. Works it backwards now. It's number 20 and Anna Stedman. She'll drive back out to Youngberg as Stedman hits the deck. Play continues. LeBlanc to Van Risingham and to the top of the circle. Kicks it back out to Becker out on the right wing. Gets a screen from Van Risingham. Up top now for Youngberg. Flashes a pass, or looks to flash a pass. She'll keep it herself. Youngberg blocked halfway up by Piesick. To Camille Peranto across the timeline. At the top of the circle, 3 on the way from Jansen, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound tipped out to Riley Becker and gives it up to LeBlanc, that being Leah LeBlanc across the timeline with 4.5 to go. Runner off the right side, no good. Put back for Van Risingham is good.
Her first bucket of the evening.
Now here come the Gobblers down 14 at 28-14. Tegan Piesick skips side to the right side now, inside. From Jacobson to Westman, pushes it up and in, shot no good. Last touch by the Flyers. Gobblers will get the possession right back. Eiley Cullum and Abby Palm back in the contest tonight. 4:05 to go. Peranto and Jansen will check out for Aitkin. 4:05 to go here in this first half. 28-14 the score. To Westman, right corner, Abby Palm. Hesitates the 3, shot blocked halfway up. Not going to be enough for anything for the Gobblers after that missed shot, or I should say that block shot. Now back the other way for Anna Stedman. Back up to Leah LeBlanc at the top of the key. Gets a screen from Youngberg. Right side looking for a pass. It's going to be turned over back to the side of Aitkin. 3:44 to go as Madison Whitford will check in for Leah LeBlanc. 3:44 to go here in this first half. Of course, we'll get a look with the out-of-town scoreboard and halftime. First half numbers and more. Gobblers with the basketball at the top of the key now to Abby Palm. Piesick will drive from the left wing, leaves the shot a little bit short on the scoop, and we're going to get a tie-up on the rebound. It'll go to Little Falls. 28-14. Little Falls on top of Aitkin here in this first half. Long inbound, going to go for the home run ball. It's going to be just out of bounds as Britta Westman made sure it was going to go all the way out. I'm quite sure if she was going to make an attempt to keep it in, but
smart play there because then you get the ball on your baseline and run an offensive set.
3:28 to go. Gobblers will inbound the left of the basket with Tegan Piesick. Now to Abby Palm, will get it back to the left wing. Inside now for Britta Westman. Westman looks for a pass out of trouble and a tie-up. Of all the things he could have called there, a tie-up.
It wasn't even the girl guarding her. It was another girl reaching around over the top. That's it's a poor call.
Zashinero says Aitkin, so it'll stay with the Gobblers. Inbound is going to be almost taken away and a foul called, and a 1-and-1 coming up on the other end of the floor, this time for Little Falls. Ellie Cullum will get her second, team 7th of the half for Aitkin. 3:22 to go in the first half, a 1-and-1. Second Gobbler with 2 fouls. Emma Skye with 2. She sits on the bench right now. Eiley will check out. Free throw number 1 is missed on the front end of 2. On the front end of the 1-and-1, I should say. Near turnover and transition from the Gobblers is jump ball on the tie-up. No, they're going to stay on the floor. One official is overruling another. They're going to say a foul against, Becker. Will be called for the foul, and at the line for a 1-and-1 will be Ella Jansen. Jansen with 3 points here tonight, looking to add on and carve into this 14-point deficit for the Gobblers. Front end of 1 is no good. Long rebound. It's going to be brought in, and another tie-up. And we'll go back to Little Falls. 3:13 to go. We'll get a substitution in Leah LeBlanc. 3:13 to play here in this first half. And an inbound now for the Flyers to Leah LeBlanc. She'll try to go across half court. She will, even being defended by Abby Palm. Stops in lane, up and in for Van Rizegum. Loose ball into the hands of LeBlanc is good. 30-14 the score, 2:57 to play. Inbound almost taken away by Youngberg, but Palm will try to get across half court. Another jump ball tie-up. Zashinero says Aitkin. I don't think I've ever seen so many jump balls in a half.
I have, but it's usually in 4th and 5th grade.
Right.
You know, I see that quite often.
But here at the varsity level, very rare to see so many, especially with 2:40 to go in the first half alone. 30-14, and we get a block against Little Falls, it seems.
24.
That's going to be Madison Whitford. That'll be her second. And heading the line, I believe we'll get
Jacobson.
Yes, Emma Jacobson will head the line for a 1-and-1. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Jacobson is no good. Rebound tapped loose to Britta Westman. Westman back out for Jansen for a 3 right wing. No good. Another loose rebound. Who touched it last? It will stay with Aitkin. Official underneath the basket.
Babe Glumax, we're in royalty tonight.
30-14, our score. Inbound to Jacobson at the top of the circle, just beyond her reach. It's taken away by Riley Becker. Down the length of the floor for Becker, up with the left hand. Finishes it 32-14 with 2:20 to go in this first half. Gobblers down by 18. Leah LeBlanc with 8 points here for the Flyers. A very diverse scoring repertoire for this Flyers team here in this contest. Tegan Piesic from the left elbow drives up and in, leaves it a little bit wide of the basket, and a foul called on the way down. And this one will go against Van Rizigum, number 14.
Nope, going to go on Britta.
Britta, excuse me. Official pointing in the area of both those players, and wasn't directly on Britta, but another 1-and-1 coming up here. This one will be for Leah LeBlanc at the line.
Her 6th free throw attempt tonight.
And say made herself quite comfy at the free throw line here so far. 2 minutes to play in the first half. 32-14 our score. First free throw good. We'll get another crack at it. 19-point advantage here for Little Falls. Second free throw on its way is good. It's a 20-point lead for Little Falls at 34-14. Across half court for Jacobson. Looks right side. Pass back out to Ella Jansen. Stops, gets a screen. 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded down to Leah LeBlanc. And a player down on the floor here. Official stoppage here for Little Falls in the right side. That being, I believe, number 23 and Riley Becker. Don't want to suspect anything with a minute 48 to play here in this first half. We'll step aside here for a quick break as player on the floor being attended to by the Little Falls coaching staff. Minute 48 to play here on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Welcome back here on yourliveevent.com as injured player for the Little Falls Flyers, Lexi LeBlanc, being escorted off the floor from head coach Aaron Bring and, of course, our on-site manager here this evening for the Aitkin High School facilities. 34-14 our score here on yourliveevent.com. Jeremy, a big thing here from this first half. Rebounds have not been to the Gobblers' side here after an early start.
15-10 in favor of Little Falls. Early on, it was 6-2 Gobblers. They just have not rebounded, especially on the defensive end, and allowed those putbacks.
Streaking down the length of the floor, Riley Becker, and now gives it to Malin Youngberg. Down low, Becker tripped down the baseline and does not get a shot off, but Becker out to Leah LeBlanc from the free throw line. Loses the handle, and we're going to get a travel as it'll go back to Aitkin with 1:29 to go. 9 fouls for Little Falls, 8 for Aitkin in this first half. Inbound to Emma Jacobson. She'll go from the free throw line. Gobblers try to break the press. As coming across half court is Ella Jansen. Back out. Jansen in the right corner, makes her way back to the wing. Trying to get her way closer back to the top of the circle. She'll work for the free throw line. Loses the handle. Now it's going to give it right back to Madison Whitford for the Flyers with a minute to go here in this first half. 34-14. Janaea Saldana at the free throw line, and a foul called against Jacobson, they're going to say.
Jake's second foul tonight. Same 2 fouls, a little reach in.
Stripped the ball away from Saldana, but did have to reach in. A 1-and-1 for Saldana at the line. With 57 seconds left in the first half. Of course, at halftime, get a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Numbers from this first half. Big-time second-half adjustments for the Gobblers. Front end of 2 is good. 35-14. 21-point lead for the Flyers. Second free throw hits off the front of the rim, but rolls right out to Britta Westman, Abby Palm across half court, and a travel against Aitkin.
13th turnover here in the first half for the Gobblers, 2 for the Little Falls Flyers.
Very clean first half for the Flyers here, up by 21, 35-14, 52 seconds to go. Flyers get the ball right and back in front of their own bench. They'll bring it across the timeline as it'll go to number 23 and Riley Becker. Becker up top to Leah LeBlanc. LeBlanc on the left wing, back up top now, looking. Back out to Youngberg on a pass on the left wing. She'll drive through the lane, up with the left-handed shot, gets the roll to fall right in. 37-14 the score. Just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Down low in the corner now as they pass through the lane or trying to find its way out. Got bodies flying everywhere as the Gobblers will turn it back the other way defensively. Now to Leah LeBlanc. Down low, Whitford shot up and in for 2 more. 39-14 the advantage. Just 4 seconds remaining. Gobblers got to get it across half court. Jan's going to throw one up, not even close to the basket. Gobblers going to the halftime down 39-14 at the break. Gobblers trail as we will take a break. Halftime report coming up with the Gobblers trailing here in this Monday evening contest. 39-14 our score. We'll be back here after a break on yourliveevent.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in the class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now it's psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
39-14 our halftime break here on yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers trailing against the Little Falls Flyers here this evening. That halftime score, boy, a fast start here for both teams, but really hampered by the fact that both teams fouling early in this first half as well. It was a slow start for both teams. Couple minutes in, we only had about 5 collective points and about 6 fouls in total. Really evened out towards the late moments of that first half as well. Trailing now 39-14 for the Little Falls Flyers. Paul Vold here on the halftime report. Aitkin Gobblers unable to really get any momentum flowing in that first half, finishing the first half with 14 fouls in the first half compared to just 2 for the Flyers. in the first half of basketball. But again, some of the leading scores for the likes of Little Falls first half belonging to Aaliyah LeBlanc, 10 points in that first half. Gobblers just have 3 from Ella Jansen here going towards the halftime break as well. But again, Gobblers trying to get some real flow offensively and just have been slowed down in many regards. Way too many turnovers in that first half. We'll get more with our out-of-town scoreboard. Second half adjustments coming up here. Gobblers trail 39-14 on yourliveevent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here on yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen here at the halftime break. Gobblers trail 39-14 at the break. Slow start for both teams. Fouls mounting up early, but some of the big glaring numbers from this first half, Jeremy, Gobblers, too many turnovers in that first half.
For sure, Paul. Again, Little Falls pressured, but we just, forcing passes, not securing the pass. 15 turnovers in the first half for the Gobblers, only 2 for the Flyers. Again, rebounds 15 to 11 in favor of the Flyers. And as I stated, 6-2 it started in favor of the Gobblers. And since that point, they've been all rebounding us 13-5, and it's all been in the offensive end for the Flyers and those easy putbacks and many bunny baskets for them. And so it's, we got to do a better job. At one point we had 4 girls boxing out with the ball in front,
yes,
and somebody snuck in from the Flyers and picked up that rebound. And so first half, the Gobbler girls probably like to have Bass started off good the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
You were good, 10 to 11 to 7 or 11 to 6, something like that. But there's a second half here to play.
Yep, still a long ways to go here with a 39-14 advantage. The out-of-town scoreboard. No updates as of yet, of course, on KCAN FM Real Country 94.3 with Greenway at McGregor girls basketball tonight, and then also the other contest, Crosby Ironton girls at Pine River Bacchus on Skeeter 101.5, as well as yourliveevent.com. 2:56 to go. I should say just a few minutes left here in this first half. Again, a reminder once again, coming up here towards the tail end of this week, we will have a Section 7-2A wrestling coverage on KCAN FM Real Country 94.3. And just to confirm that update as well, that will be on, again, KCAN AM 930, FM 103.1. We will have coverage with Lance Bauman, Noah Caruso, with team coverage, again, with the Aitkin Gobblers. As of right now, I believe they're going to be on the Hibbing side of the bracket as well. And Gobblers advance, they will be going to the semifinals and finals Friday. That will be at Cloquet. We'll have coverage of that, again, also on KCAN AM 930, FM 103.1, The Gobbler. Get one more break here on the halftime show. Of course, we will get you second half basketball coming your way as the Aitkin Gobblers trail 39-14 against the Little Falls Flyers here on yourliveevent.com.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen with our halftime. Now into second half score, 39-14. A fresh 18 minutes on that scoreboard as the Little Falls Flyers lead against your Aitkin Gobblers. Flyers will get the inbound right of the halftime locker room, and a back and forth, of course, last few minutes as well in regards to jump ball tie-ups, fouls to each side, as the Flyers will be working left to right on your computer screens at YourLiveEvent.com. Gobblers will defend the opening possession, and they almost get a steal as the likes of Janaea Saldana nearly turns it over for the Flyers. Feed pass down low as it goes off the fingers of Clara Van Rizigum, and right back to the Aitkin Gobblers. Gobblers will send out Eiley Cullum after the inbound from Tegan Piesick. Now across half court will be the Gobblers, and number 24, and the shot from Emma Sky from the right elbow, no good. Ball down on the floor. We got bodies flying everywhere here this contest. Stretch pass. Leah LeBlanc left all alone, goes up and in to finish the shot. And he starts off the half with two more for a team leading 12 points on the night for the Little Falls Flyers. Gobblers break down defensively on the possession. Down low to Emma Jacobson. High shot, too strong off the bottom of the rim as we get a stoppage here out on the floor. Quick timeout assessed here for the Flyers, and Coach Aaron Bring for the Little Falls Flyers here. Starting off the second half, Jeremy, almost a minute in already. Gobblers defensively allow that easy layup for Leah LeBlanc, and that's definitely something the Gobblers cannot have here in this second half.
Yeah, and then we go back down the other end and have an opportunity for a bunny for ourselves and just don't finish. There's been some opportunities we haven't been able to finish at the rim, and you know, you got to get those once in a while to just stay with, because they are getting them. So
doesn't get much easier for the Gobblers here. Of course, Thursday they'll have a home contest against Detroit Lakes, and these last handful of games of this regular season only going to play out in the section seedings as well for the Gobblers as well. 17:08 after the timeout from Little Falls. They'll bring it across half court with number 20, Anna Stedman. Stedman from the left wing looks for a flash pass inside to Saldana. Goes off the fingertips of the Gobblers and goes into the hands of Tegan Piesick. Across half court from the free throw line, up with a left-handed shot. Fouled on her way to the basket. I believe Malin Youngberg was the recipient of the foul. Malin Youngberg will get her first. Team's first of the half as well, 16:52, and at the line to shoot a pair will be Tegan Piesick. First free throw from Piesick, no good. Went halfway down and rimmed right out.
Tegan's second time to the line, one of two in her first time.
16:52, second free throw from Piesick on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded down to Van Rizigum. And she will take it from the free throw line, tries to escape away from the pressure. They do to Stedman across the timeline. Inside pass, Van Rizigum misses the initial shot. Put back, no good. Rebound to Emma Sky for the Gobblers. Sky with the handle of the basketball. Outlets from Cullum to Jacobson on the right wing. Driving inside. Up with the right-handed shot. Gets it to go. Emma Jacobson gets the first points of the half for the Gobblers. Defensively, Malin Youngberg was blocked, and they are going to say they'll go back to the Flyers.
Good hustle play by Emma. That
Absolutely.
Way out in front, she hustled back, able to get that block on that ball.
41-16 the score. LeBlanc will inbound to the left of the basket for the Flyers. Inbound to Stedman. Stedman in the lane. Right-handed jump shot, no good. Rebounded down to Sky. Gives it up to Jansen across half court. Ella Jansen pass to the left wing now for Piesic. Down to Sky. In the lane. Right-handed shot off the back of the rim, no good. Loose ball on the floor, and they're going to call foul against Aitkin. I believe this one against Emma Sky. That's going to be her third. And she will remain out on the floor for the Gobblers. 15:58 in the second half. LeBlanc will take it across half court now. Long stretch pass to Stedman. Feeds it right back in as it's going to be taken away by the Gobblers. Cross half court for Tegan Piesic. Piesic inside pass, just a step behind on the pass. Ball's got to come out a little sooner from Tegan and for the Gobbler girls as well, as Emma Sky was down there and she did not have much competition. Anna Stedman with the handle across half court. Malin Youngberg from the left wing drives. The seventh grader's right-handed shot, no good. Put back on the follow-through from Van Rizigum, and we'll go back to Little Falls, they're going to say.
Yep.
Started one direction, and the official went the other way. 15:26 to go. Leah LeBlanc will inbound into Van Rizigum as it's going to be touched by, to Saldana, I should say. Give him right back to the Flyers. Couple quick out-of-town scoreboard updates over on Skeeter 101.5. Halftime score, how about this one for you, Jeremy, on Skeeter? 56-25, Crosby Ironton on top of Pine River Bacchus girls basketball. Not a lot of surprise, but finally they get to halftime. Gobblers across half court.
Tom got his internet figured out, looks like.
Over on Real Country 94.3. Shot is up and good for the Gobblers for Emma Sky.
Nice
now makes it
up and under from Emma.
41-18 halftime score. Tom on the McGregor-Merckx basketball game. 33-18 Greenway on top of McGregor. As it will be substitutions in on each side. 41-18 our score on yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen as the Gobblers doing their best to hang around as much as they can here, down by these 23 points. As Tegan Piesic avoids a near turnover across half court to Eiley Cullum. Cullum out on the right wing, try to work her way towards the corner. High pass into Emma Sky. Sky out to Jacobson. Jumper from Jacobson, no good. Rebound loose, and Leah LeBlanc and Eiley Cullum, as we're going to get a travel called against LeBlanc. Gobblers will get the basketball right back. As Jansen will inbound to the right of the basket. Cross corner heave now into Jacobson in the left corner, back up top to Jansen. Jansen right side to Cullum. Cullum looking for a pass to penetrate. Ball loose out on the floor. It's going to be a ball tie up. Gobblers will get the ball on the possession arrow, and loose ball going to be chased out. And Coach Davies for Aitkin. 14:25 to go. Inbound to Tegan Piesic at the top of the key, waiting for her teammates to set. To Emma Jacobson, drives from the right elbow, loses the ball at that free throw line, back out with it. Loose ball once again, taken away by the Flyers. And Claire Van Rizigum throws it out of bounds, lasts off a Gobbler body and out of bounds, and will stay with the Flyers. 14:09 to go. 41-18 the score. Substitutions check in. Abby Palm and Britta Westman will check in for Emma Sky and Eiley Cullum. Inbound will come to the left of the basket for Aaliyah LeBlanc. LeBlanc surveys. Inbound For Becker, her shot up and in and good for Riley Becker, 43-18. Back up to a 25-point lead with 14 minutes to go. Across half court for the Gobblers, right wing to Tegan Piesick. Drives that right baseline. Shot outside the lane is good. 43-20 now the score as the inbound will go to the Flyers. And Riley Becker from the right wing backs out along the perimeter. Up top now for Leah LeBlanc. Drives with the right elbow, skips a pass back out. Becker will reset the offense to Leah LeBlanc out on the right wing with 13:32 to go. Inbound, looking for a pass into the middle as Leah LeBlanc will drive herself. Put back from Whitford, no good, as a foul called on the second and third opportunities now as Leah LeBlanc will head her way to the free throw line for the Flyers. Foul called against Britta Westman for Aitkin.
Gobblers got to put a body on somebody underneath there. Too many second chance opportunities.
Leah LeBlanc at the line. The sophomore misses the front end of two. 43-20 the score. $13:23 to go in this first half. The second half, excuse me, as Palm and Westman out. Paranto and Jansen back in. Second free throw missed as the Gobblers get the rebound from Camille Paranto. Cullen will bring it across half court for Aitkin. Looking to the left side now. Pass at the free throw line to Camille Paranto. Shot is going to be impeded upon, and it looks like she will head her way to the free throw line for Camille. Foul called against number 24 and Madison Whitford with her third foul of the half. 13:09 to go. Camille at the line for two. First free throw for Camille is no good. 43-20 with 13:09 to go.
Gobblers just currently 4 of 11 from the free throw line.
As Whitford will check out, bring in for the first time tonight, Haley Fredrigal. Fredrigal, the senior at 5'4", wearing number 3 for the Flyers, in for the first time tonight. Second free throw from Camille is good. Makes it 43-21, 13 minutes to go. Right corner, Becker to LeBlanc in the right corner. Fakes the three, drives in, back out to Youngberg to Fredrigal. Left corner now, dribbling her way out to the wing. Now back to the top of the circle for Riley Becker. Becker right side pass in the corner now for Van Rizigum. And Rizigum will try to make it through the perimeter, but cannot as she is denied access. Left side, Becker. Becker from the free throw line in the circle now. Back out left side. Driving down low, Van Rizigum. Shot will count and is fouled as well for Claire Van Rizigum. And now makes it 45-21 with 12.5 to go. Foul called against Eiley Cullum for the Aitkin Gobblers. $12:32 to go. Cullum is out, brings back in Emma Skye. Eiley with her third foul tonight. Three-point play, free throw is not included as it will be a rebounded down to Leah LeBlanc. Gobblers unable to close out. Riley Becker, top of the right side, will back out. Looking for the offense to make some moves. Haley Fredrigal along that right baseline. Skips a pass into the hands of Camille Paranto. We get bodies flying. There's a foul called underneath the basket as this one will go. Riley Becker, that'll be her second. 12:16 to go. Gobblers trail 45-21. Tegan will inbound to left of the basket. Give and go between her and Ella Jansen across half court now. Emma Jacobson. Jacobson to Paranto just outside the perimeter in the lane. Left-handed shot, Black halfway up. Last touch by Aitkin. And turned over the other way to the Little Falls Flyers with 12 minutes to go. 45-21 inbound to Riley Becker from the Flyers. Claire Van Rizigum drives and a push from behind. And Rizigum slowed up on apparently by Camille Paranto. Her first foul of the night, team's fourth of the half. Abby Palm, Britta Westman in for Aitkin. 11:52 to play. Score remains 45-21. Leah LeBlanc will inbound on the near side of the court to Haley Frederico. Back to LeBlanc at the top of the circle, left side, swing pass out in the left corner for Frederico. She's going to fire up a three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded down to Britta Westman, who gives it up to Abby Palm. Palm looks to get rid of it across half court. She does to Westman. She'll drive for the free throw line. Out to Tegan Piesic, deep three, right side, short of the mark. It's going to be last touched by Aitkin on that three-point shot. Back the other way for Little Falls. 11:26 to go. 45-21. Little Falls will be in action coming up tomorrow night against St. Cloud. A long inbound going from the home run pass as it'll go out, and a turnover back the other way. Aitkin will get the ball.
Second time that's happened tonight. Long inbound, and Gobblers retain possession on their baseline.
Tegan will inbound to the extreme left of the basket to Emma Skye near that left corner. Throws a low pass towards Abby Palm. Frederico and Palm will go fight for it as it's last touch by Aitkin out of bounds, and it will stay. It actually will go back to Little Falls.
And over and back. What it ended up being?
They'll give that over and back against Aitkin. And Emma Skye threw a low pass towards Abby Palm. Inbound. Van Risgum banks it up and in for two. Off the immediate inbound. 47-21. Abby Palm, double team against her, trying to break through the press. The Gobblers will, as Britta Westman, right in front of her own bench, pushes her way to the right wing to Abby Palm. Palm, top of the right side, looks for a pass back towards the middle. Free throw lane as it's lost by Camille Peranto, thrown back towards the middle of the floor. Now with it, Leah LeBlanc. 1 on 3 the other way for LeBlanc. She throws up a runner, can't get the shot to go. Foul called on the rebound down in the paint. This one against Little Falls. And we called this one against
Becker, maybe?
I'll say Becker or Frederico. Foul will stay, and the ball back to the Aitkin Gobblers. There's a cross half court now for number 15 and Emma Jacobson, and a travel called against Jacobson.
Just too many of those tonight, Paul. They did get
Youngberg. Malin Youngberg, her second foul tonight. 47-21, 10:39 to go. Van Risgum will inbound right in front of the Gobbler bench, gets it into Haley Frederico. Throws a pass in the middle of the floor. Nobody wearing a white shirt comes out with it. Back to the Gobblers with Britta Westman driving, loses the handle, gives it back to Little Falls. Claire Van Risgum skips a pass to Frederico, throws up a runner. Her shot no good. Put back on the follow-through, lost by Aitkin, and Van Risgum will shoot as it goes out of bounds. 47-21.
7 to 6 turnovers for the Gobblers in the lead here in the second half. Our score hasn't changed much, so we'll go with turnovers.
8 to 7 scoring-wise as well in total, as Youngberg's three-pointer no good. Rebounded in the hands of Jacobson. Outlet pass to Westman. Westman spins outside the lane to Jacobson in the right corner, being defended aggressively. Inside the perimeter to Emma Skye. Skye back out at the right wing, up top now for Tegan Piesic. Piesic looks through the middle of the floor, stops, thought about shooting, gets it to Jansen. She'll shoot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Jacobson. Jacobson, toes on the line for a deep two. Basket will count. Two more for Emma Jacobson, 47-23, 9:39 to go. Push against the Gobblers, it seems. Emma Jacobson with her third foul tonight. 9:39 to go. Inbound to Haley Frederico. Frederico across the timeline for the Flyers. Out on the right wing, back up top for number 5, Janaea Saldana. Malin Youngberg drives just outside as she will take a whack but stays with the play. Youngberg out on the right wing, left corner into the right corner pass. 3 on the way is up and wide of the mark from Jadea Saldana. Westman in transition with the loose ball. Dribbles her way into the right wing before getting a corner pass back out in the paint for Emma Sky. No good. Fights for a rebound. Ball still out on the floor, and it's going to be tie up on a jump ball. And possession arrow will say to Little Falls. Not nearly as many of those here in the second half as there were in the first half, Jeremy.
No, correct, yeah. I was waiting for one. I was kind of missing them, you know.
Timeout taken on the floor. We'll take it with him as well. 47-23 our score. YourLiveEvents.com.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. 47-23, Little Falls on top of Aitkin here tonight. Over on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. Just a few minutes left in the first half. Minnesota Timberwolves on top of the Dallas Mavericks, 56-46. Timberwolves just one game above 500 as Dallas 4 games above 500. Well, also midway through the second period, Minnesota Wild and the Florida Panthers in action here tonight. Tied 1-1, Corella Thrill with another goal scored for the Minnesota Wild. As the Wild trying to get things back in order after winning Saturday in a shootout against New Jersey. Near layup attempt from Whitford, stolen away from Ella Jansen after the timeout called by Little Falls. Jumper from Westman off the right elbow, no good. Is rebounded into number 3, Haley Fredrigal. Outlet pass to number 21, Myra Smoody. Youngberg for 3 off the left wing, shot no good. Rebounded down to Jansen. Stretch pass out to Jacobson. She'll look to drive against Youngberg, but gets it back out to Tegan Piesick. Jacobson, left side, driving along the baseline. Last touch by the Flyers. Kept alive by Malin Youngberg. Youngberg from the top of the key now at the free throw line. Pass back out. Looking to number 5 in Saldana. Left side now for Smoody. Smoody will make her way back to the top of the circle now, or at least try to get there before being cut off by a Gobbler and Saldana. Saldana at the right side now, drives the free throw line. Left side pass to number 24, Madison Whitford. Out to the right corner in Fredrigal. Fredrigal with under 8 minutes to go in the right corner being defended by Jansen. Youngberg. Pass in the lane, or at least a near pass in the lane, turned over by the Flyers. Trying to get the offense moving out of that timeout, and we'll get a couple more substitutions in for the Flyers. 7:44 to go.
7 turnovers apiece in the second half here.
7:44 to play in the second half, excuse me. Piesick after the inbound throws a runner in the lane. 2 free throws coming up on the block in the lane, and that will send Tegan to the free throw line for Aitkin.
Tegan's 3rd trip here, just 1 of 4 so far from the lane.
Foul called against Madison Whitford. That will be foul number 4 tonight, as we'll see Van Rizigam, I believe, coming off the bench here for the Flyers. First free throw is no good from Tegan. Clear Van Rizigam.
Unlike Tegan, she's usually pretty good from the line. She's probably in those 80%.
It's been a weird night overall here for the Gobblers. Super Bowl hangover, most likely, here on a Super Monday night. Second free throw from Piesick is no good. Rebound, last touch by Van Rizigam, and it'll go back to Aitkin. Gobbler's not the only one feeling it here after Super Bowl Sunday. It's been one of those weird days for a lot of people. And
especially for Philadelphia fans.
Yes, most definitely. But you know what? Good for them. Second free is the 3 from the corner, and the putback from Sky no good after the missed 3 from Jansen. We'll make it now 47-23. Gobblers trail here with 7.5 to go. Riley Becker from the right elbow, or right wing, I should say. Gets it back to Leah LeBlanc at the top of the key. Works her way left side to Van Rizigum. Rizigum loses the handle. It's taken away by Eiley Cullum. Tries to save it. She does just in front of the Gobbler bench as Eiley Cullum skips it over to Bretta Westman. Westman from the free throw line loses it in the lane, but comes out with the loose ball. Tips it back out. Tegan Piesick, left wing, three-pointer. No good. Long rebound to Frederick. Frederick outlets to Smoody. Smoody from the right wing. Flyers will take their time here, up by 24. Work it around. Take what the defense from Aitkin will give them. To Frederick, inside pass to Van Rizigum. Out to LeBlanc from three, no good. Rebounded down to the Gobblers, and Ella Jansen to Tegan Piesick across half court. Looking for Bretta Westman. Last second turnaround for the pass. Lays it up and in. Can't get a rebound on the putback. Is good for Bretta Westman. Westman's self-preservation of multiple areas there to even get the opportunity to shoot. Smoody will be called for a travel. Gobblers get the ball back. Camille Peranto, Emma Jacobson looks to check in. Sky is out. Janaea Saldana will check in for Smoody. 6:10 to go here in this second half. 47-25. We're trying to get it across half court. Peranto will now establish the offense after another pass to Ella Jansen. Jansen over to Cullum at the right elbow. Peranto looks to drive, cuts through the lane. Her shot not going to be stopped, and now she'll be called for a foul as we'll get two free throws coming up for Camille Peranto, who'll head to the line for two. Leah LeBlanc, her second foul of the night, team 6 of the half for Little Falls. Front end of two free throws. No good.
Boy, girls have struggled from the free throw line tonight.
5:52 to go. 47-25 is Peranto at the line, trying to split the pair. As the second free throw no good, rebounded down to Haley Frederick for the Flyers. Outlets to Riley Becker. Becker going to be called for a travel. Took an extra step before dribbling.
Gobblers just 5 of 16 from the free throw line tonight.
Not going to cut it here. 5:47 to go. Gobblers trail by 22. Across the timeline now for Camille Peranto, looking for some help. Now to the top of the circle, left side. Cullum from three, left wing. Good for Eiley Cullum.
Eiley's second triple tonight.
Gobblers down 19 at 47-28 as we get a bump in transition. Looks like Eiley
going to get her fourth.
It will be foul number 4 for Eiley Cullum. Emma will check back in. Sky, that is, for Eiley Cullum. As we will get Sky to defend the inbound against Leah LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets it into Malin Youngberg out on the right wing, back up top. Now to the right wing again for Leah LeBlanc. Hands it off to Claire Van Rizigum. Van Rizigum, I should say, works it left side to Riley Becker. Now to Malin Youngberg in the left corner. Skip down low to Van Rizigum. Shot is up. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the putback. Basket counts, and she is fouled. Claire Van Rizigum finishes it, and a foul assessed to the Gobblers, 49-28.
That was Claire's 6th rebound just of this half.
Fortunately, that also makes it now foul number 4 for Emma Sky, who just checked in for Eiley Cullum, who had 4 fouls. And one free throw completed by Claire Van Rizigum. 50-28, 5 minutes to go in regulation. A 22-point advantage for the Flyers. Inbound, down low, I should say, for Sky. Her shot hits the bottom of the backboard to Malin Youngberg across half court. Youngberg will get a shot up and fouled upon, and looks like Tegan Piesick guilty of the foul. 8th team foul of the half for Aitkin.
Youngberg's first time to the free throw line tonight.
Second foul for Tegan as well for the Gobblers with 4:50 left in this contest. Youngberg, the 5'10", 7th grader, misses the front end of 2. Second free throw coming up with Youngberg. Misses. Rebounded down to Emma Scott. Youngberg with 8 points on the night. High pass looking for Jansen in the right corner from Tegan Piesig, beyond her reach, and goes out of bounds.
8th turnover this half for the Gobblers. 23 on the night.
Inbound from the Flyers. Van Rizegem brings it up to the front court. 4.5 to go. 50-28. Leah LeBlanc being defended by Camille Peranto in the lane. Runners short of the mark and brought down by Ella Jansen. Stolen away as we'll get a tie up on the jump ball. Gobblers will get the ball back but lose the possession arrow. 4:24 to go. 50-28 the score. Emma Jacobson gets the inbound, taken from her own free throw and across half court. Spins away from the defender in Saldana, gets a screen from Peranto, back to Camille Peranto, down low to Emma Sky. Outlets, now 3 is straight on from Jansen and good. Jansen very close quarters on the defender and gets the shot. Malin Youngberg the other way, her shot blocked and fouled. Tegan Piesik will get foul number 3 on the night for her, and also back to the free throw line is Malin Youngberg. 4 minutes to go. Piesik will head to the line, Piesik will be assessed her third. Youngberg will head to the free throw line. Exactly 4 minutes to go. 2 free throws, front end is good. 51-31.
First make for Youngberg. She's 1 of 3 now. Next attempt, 4th time here tonight.
Second free throw is good. 52-31. Jansen in transition, double defended on her. Camille Peranto shot blocked halfway up, taken down by Aaliyah LeBlanc. LeBlanc across half court from the free throw line, throws up a runner in the lane short of the mark to Peranto on the loose ball. Gobblers try to get it up to the front court with 3.5 to go to Tegan at the midcourt stripe. Across now to the left wing. Left corner for Jacobson. Stops, back out. 3 on the way from Jansen. It's good, and she is fouled, and now she'll get the attempt at the 4-point play.
Second time this year.
Yes.
Second time this year. She's had an opportunity for.
Pretty soon, the way that continues on here with the illustriousness of Ella Jansen getting those 4-point play, we're going to have to call that one the Jansen pretty soon.
Oh,
and one free throw and no good, but gets the rebound as Ella. Fire up another 3, side of the rim, no, long, and Van Rizegem tries to box out the ball going out of bounds, which she will. 52-34, 3:19 to play. Long inbound once again. It's going to be picked off by the Gobblers. And Camille Peranto to Emma Jacobson to the front court. Tegan Piesik looking right corner. She'll drive along the baseline. Tries to go an outlet pass left corner for Jansen. Rattles around, can't get it to go. Westman with the ball. Jump ball tie up. Hey, why not another one? Low Falls will get the ball back but lose the possession arrow as they inbound it with 3:03 to go. 52-34 our score. YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen from Aitkin High School as inbound poked away from the Flyers by Ella
Girls
Jansen.
Fighting to the end here.
That they certainly are. And a reminder here, all broadcasts for Aitkin Gobbler basketball this week are going to be strictly YourLiveEvent.com, with Aitkin Gobbler Wrestling being on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler. We'll talk about that in the post-game show. 52-34 our score. Flyers in transition. Riley Becker lays one up and in for 2. 54-34 with 2:42 to go. Cross-court heave for Jacobson from Jansen and a travel from Jacobson. 2:38 remains in regulation. Gobblers trail by 20. Haley Fredrigal outlets to Malin Youngberg from the free throw line. Skips a pass down low looking for Madison Whitford and turns it over. Gobblers with 9 points from Ella Jansen in this contest. Jansen with the handle across the half-court line. looking for a shot out to Tegan Piesic. Going to fire up a three from the right side. Good for Tegan Piesic. Knocks down the three-pointer, 54-37. Up to 6 now for Tegan tonight. 2:10 to go. 54-17. Jumper back the other way is good for Whitford. 56-37. Gobblers down 19 with under 2 to go. Paranto, free throw line, loses the handle. Haley Fredrigal turns it back the other way. Almost poked out of her hands and goes out of bounds. Fredrigal. Eiley Cullum, Abby Palm back in for Aitkin. Jansen and Paranto out. The minute 50 to play. Ball goes off one of the officials. Now we'll get the official inbound with a minute 50 to go. Claire Van Rizigum gets it in to Madison Whitford on the left wing. She drives inside the arc. Now kicks it back out, a pass the left wing for Haley Fredrigal. To Malin Youngberg from the top of the circle. Left elbow, kicks a pass back out now to Riley Becker. Minute 32 to go. Flyers contend here to hold on as long as they can here on this possession. Left side, out on the wing for Van Rizigum. Van Rizigum being defended by Westman. Out to Fredrigal. Going to fire up a three-pointer high off the backboard as it goes out. As it hits one of the retraining belts that brings the backboard back up. And Gobblers will get the basketball back. 56-37. Minute 15 to go.
That strap comes into play quite often.
That it certainly does, especially when it takes a high arcing rebound. Happens more times than not here. Not once every couple of games as Abby Palm with a nice run but can't finish the shot overall. Rebound down to Van Rizicum.
Gobbler ball on a tie-up. Maybe there's another jump ball for us.
Minute 1 second to go. Claire Van Rizigum will check out. Leah LeBlanc back into the game. 56-37. Gobblers will fall here, unfortunately, while the losing streak for Little Falls will be no more. Palm, sidestepping jumper is good for Abby Palm.
Good hit by Abby, a little 15-foot jumper.
56-39, Leah LeBlanc across half court. 45 seconds remain. Gobblers going to fall to 6-15 on the season as commotion to the right side. A foul called against, I believe that's going to be against Eiley, and that's going to be foul number 5.
Number 23, Riley Becker to the line.
Becker will head to the line. That's going to force Coach Davies to bring Bayla May off the bench the last 39 seconds. 39.1 seconds. Riley Becker at the line to shoot. Gobblers giving up the double bonus to Flyers. Now the second free throw. 56-39. Second free throw made by Becker. 35 seconds to go. 57-39. Inside pass, Bretta Westman pushing back to the defender, left-handed shot, basket counts, and the foul will go as well for Bretta Westman.
Britta's really good with that left hand, nice little soft touch, turn and to the hoop there.
57-41 as Claire Van Rizigum will come in, and that's also the 5th foul of the night for Madison Whitford. 30 seconds left, and one free throw for Bretta Westman coming up. Westman at the line, shoot the and one free throw. No good, rebounded down to Westman, who comes out with a loose change. Back out to Jacobson. From the left elbow, right elbow, drives as she's going to be called for a travel with 23 seconds to go. Inbound to the right side to Haley Fredrigal. Fredrigal will get it over to Van Rizigum. Van Rizigum will get it across half court with 14 seconds remaining. Left side into the corner now. Leah LeBlanc and the Flyers will be content to hold on to the basketball here. 4 seconds to go to Claire Van Rizigum. Down to 2 seconds, down to 1, and that will do it. Little Falls 57-41. Final score here against your Aitkin Gobblers. Postgame show coming up here. We'll get word from head coach, that being Coach Davies, here tonight as the Gobblers fall to Little Falls here at Aitkin High School. We'll be back. Postgame show's on the way here on yourliveevent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome back here on yourliveevent.com. Our final score tonight, 57-41. Little Falls Flyers defeat your Aitkin Gobblers here this evening. Paul Volt joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen tonight. Final score, again, that being 57-41. Mounts it up early. Too many turnovers and missed opportunities on the offensive end for your Aitkin Gobblers tonight. You know, it was a good start for the Gobblers tonight with at least the first 5 minutes of the contest where getting into the paint was leading at 6-2 in rebounds, and the halftime difference ended up being 15-12 in favor of Little Falls, but the Gobblers also had 15 turnovers in that first half, which led to a 39-14 halftime deficit for the Gobblers. But final score ended up being 57-41. Those turnovers, and unfortunately not boxing out effectively for Aitkin, ultimately led to a loss here tonight, even with Ella Jansen putting up 9 points for the Gobblers. And, the Gobblers put a complete effort, at least to the very, very end, against the Little Falls Flyers here this evening. Quick out-of-town scoreboard updates as well to let you know about. Final score over on Skeeter, 101.5, 93-41. Crosby Ironton takes down Pine River Bacchus, and also on yourliveevent.com, girls high school basketball. And in that contest as well, Tori Orline, now officially the all-time leading scorer for Crosby Ironton basketball. Boys and girls officially tonight as well in that win against the likes of Pine River Bacchus. We were wondering when that was going to be taking place, and well, now it's official. Tori Orline is the best Ranger of all time, at least in basketball. But again, our last note as well over on Real Country 94.3, halftime score, Greenway on top of McGregor, 33-18. But Jeremy, looking back at this contest overall, again, we kind of glazed over the points, turnovers, and those rebounds that start off in favor of Aitkin, at least in the rebound department. Closing out the first half, Gobblers fell behind and were not able to recover from that point overall.
Yeah, that we talked about in the rebounds that they didn't get were in the offensive our defensive Flyers offensive end, where they got many putbacks, second chance opportunities, and got to the line because of them. And you just got to do a better job on the defensive end of rebounding, and it was struggle for us there in a stretch in that first half. Second half, Gobblers on rebound of the Flyers, 14-13, and it shows on the scoreboard too, right? Gobblers had 11 turnovers in the second half, 15 in the first for a total of 26. Little Falls, Gobblers played pressure defense in the second half, 10 turnovers to only their 2 in the first half for a total of 12. Big stat for the Gobblers, though, typically pretty decent at the stripe, but only 5 of 18 tonight free throw line. And the Flyers 11 of 20. So leave some points there. You know, if you're 10, if you're 12 of 18, you got a single-digit game there, and it's much different. So I think Gobblers would like some shots back underneath the hoop. They'd like some free throw attempts back, and they'd probably, if you ask them, they'd like to play this game one more time.
Absolutely, and especially with this being a Monday, a few more games in store for this week as well. Gobblers unfortunately come up on the end of a 57-41 loss. We'll be back here with a break. Aitkin Gobblers fall 57-41 here on the Gobbler, or I should say here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back here with more of the postgame show. Big deal player of the game, our Enbridge Abring, the energy player of the game, still coming up here this evening.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
I was going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby. Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Final score 57-41. Gobblers fall against Little Falls tonight here as we jump into the postgame show. Welcoming in senior Ella Jansen joining us here on the postgame show. Ella, tough start here tonight against Little Falls. Open up the week two with your team's overall play. Big difference, of course, with the contest against Park Rapids, but definitely seemed to be, especially in the second half, your team was really able to bring up a lot of energy, especially after being down early in that first half.
Yeah, for sure. We should come out with that energy in the first half and we wouldn't have this problem.
That certainly would be a big focal point too, but especially with your team being down. A couple of points here, and obviously the second half kind of relax a little bit more knowing what the score is, but obviously bringing that up, does it allow your team to maybe work on a few things defensively with your team, trying to work on a lot more kinks in the second half, especially going up against a team like Little Falls?
Yeah, our defense is a big part of that controls our offense. If we have the energy on defense, and we're better on offense. So we need to come out with intensity.
Now we saw late in that second half as well, you were getting fouled on a three-pointer. The possession before, it looked like you were very close to getting fouled on that one. You kind of stepped into the defender a little bit, at least from my advantage as well. But I know that getting those opportunities had to feel good too, at least getting that 4-point play to come through.
Yeah, only if I made the free throw.
But you got the rebound, though, eventually, and that led to more chances. And obviously rebounding, too, unfortunately, wasn't to your team's side. You started off very well, 6-2 early on the opening minutes, but then it kind of snuck away in that second. Where did you see maybe if there was any sort of breakdown, or maybe one of your teammates was expecting somebody else to crash on the boards, too? I don't know what kind of really happened there with the rebounding tonight.
I feel like we're really timid underneath the hoop, and we're not putting like boxing out as well as we should.
Paul and I talked before the game. The key would be the first 5 minutes, the start of the game, and we felt the first 5 minutes we played really well. It's an 11-7 or 11-6, 10-6 game, and that's the point where the Gobblers were out rebounding 6-2. At the end of the first half, the Flyers out rebounded us 15-11. So you think about that switch, in a probably 13-5 rebounding. Their rebounds came in our defensive end on second chance opportunities, putbacks, and that's the spot where it swung the momentum, where it hurt. And I think that's probably a 6 or 7 minute stretch, Paul, where we wish we have back, and to the point in the second half, we out-rebound them 14-13, pretty much dominate the boards. We caused 10 turnovers to in the second half Flyers, and we outscore them 27-18 in the second half. And so as you talked, putting that complete game together, the energy was good to start. Just a little lapse in there, and if you play that consistently throughout, I think you're in a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Got another one coming up here Thursday at home against Detroit Lakes. Doesn't get any easier from here, but definitely a few things to look at with practice the next couple days too.
Yeah, for sure, especially since they're so tall.
Yes.
Paul, if you look at a Gobbler schedule, the girls' schedule, you could have circled the last 7 or 8 games here that the girls have played, and looking at it prior to the season said this is going to be a tough stretch.
Yes.
It doesn't
very
matter.
Much so.
I mean, you got Pequot in there, you got Detroit Lakes in there. I mean, you got Park Rapids, all season teams. So going into the season, girls know it going in that, hey, this stretch, Crosby in there. If you circle about 8 games, and it's going to be a tough one.
I'll learn a lot about this team. And Ella, thanks so much for coming on the postgame show as always.
Yeah, thank you.
That being for Ella Jansen, joining us here on the postgame show here with YourLiveEvent.com. Final score is well over on KK on FM, Real Country 94.3. Greenway takes down McGregor 62-41 final score. Halftime score over on the Gobbler, KKI and AM 930, FM 103.1. Minnesota Timberwolves up 65-54 against Dallas. Anthony Edwards with 20 points at the half. The NBA All-Star Anthony Edwards as well for those Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll take another break here on the post-game show so you can get Coach Davies to come up here. If not, well, of course, we got our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy still coming up here on the post-game show as the Gobblers fall 57-41 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aiken Gobblers fall 57-41 post-game show. Now joined on the post-game show, head coach for Aiken Gobblers, Coach Davies, joins us here this evening. Coach, obviously with another matchup here, a 3A school coming in Little Falls. We mentioned here in the pregame show that this was going to be a contest to, obviously push the pace inside tonight. And unfortunately, it started off fairly well rebounding-wise for your team, but as the game kind of wore on a little bit, the rebounding was, for it just there were some points there where there were some troubles down low. What'd you see there tonight from your team?
I was very impressed with Emma Sky tonight. She had lots of boards, and she was very strong down low and kept the competition down there. Very, very honest for sure. Britta Westman, I had 10 boards for her, so I was very proud to see that. Wish she could finish a little bit more on the offensive end, but that just comes in time being a sophomore. I think what killed us the most was their backdoor cuts and the layups in the lane. We're so focused on our girl versus the help side and stuff like that, and being a threat down there. So that's what killed us the most tonight.
That stretch, Coach, in the first half, there was a time we were all rebounding 6-2 early on, and we talked in the pregame that first 5 minutes out of the gate would be key for the Gobblers, and I thought we played really well in that first 5. Battles 11-7 or something like that, and they kind of took over the boards in that first half. But the unfortunate part is where they did it was on our defensive end. They got a lot of second chance points and some putbacks where we'd like to maybe have I could hear you over there, hey, box out, and do a better job of boxing out. But in the second half, we out-rebound them in the second half. We caused 10 turnovers to their, they only had a couple in the first, and outscored them 27-18. So I thought a great second half by the girls.
I agree completely. I think we played a very well game. I think what killed us was our lack of shooting. We didn't put up enough shots, which I try to explain to the girls, hey, we have to put up more than 16 shots and a half. Unless we're going to shoot all 16 and make them, we have to put more up than 16 shots. And that's what's killing us right now is the lack of confidence in our shots. I think our defense and our boards have improved over the last 2 games, and hopefully that improves when it comes to Thursday's game against DL and the bigger girls and whatever else. But we have to put up more shots, and that's what's killing us right now.
We were just talking, Paul and I, about the schedule. You know, going into the season, you could have laid out the schedule and looked at this stretch with Crosby in there, Detroit Lakes in there, Pequot in there, and circled it and said, this is going to be a tough part of the season, no matter how well you're playing.
Agreed.
And so I think, you know, we as commentators and fans know that this stretch is a tough stretch for the girls, and just like to see them have fun and grow.
Yeah, I think it's just a big mental game there. Just having some self-awareness and a realization of, hey, like, it doesn't matter what the score is as long as we come out and play Aitkin basketball. And that's all I've asked for these girls in the last 2 games. And tonight I was hoping for a better outcome, but shots weren't falling. We weren't putting up enough shots in the first place. And that just comes with more poise and experience. Yeah, these girls have been on probably varsity since 8th to now, but they've just never been coached to win. They've been coached to maintain, I guess is the better word there. So we're coming down to now 5 games, 6 guaranteed.
Yep.
And I said to the girls, we got to find the 2-3 girls that are going to put up consistent points every night and start feeding the ball, because that's where it's at in the season, that we need to put up points. We got to start building that way. It'd be great to have 5 girls that can score every night, but it's going to be coming down to 2 and 3 here pretty soon.
You know, it's one thing I think in the last couple games, though, 7 girls on the score sheet tonight, which is a positive. You know,
positive, but is it 3 5s and 6s?
Yeah.
I wish more 10s, 17s, and 12s.
Right.
Can't always have what you want, right?
Yeah. And they did too. They had 7 on the score sheet, 3 of them in double figures.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Coach, we got this matchup coming up here. DL coming back, of course, here to Aitkin. Of course, now this time around, obviously the size is going to be something to account for too, and you know, like he had said, getting that confidence in the post and obviously getting up as many shots as he can is going to be a big factor here for your team on Thursday.
Last time we played DL, I think I went with 6 or 7 girls, so this would be a big look here difference. Now that I have 11 on my bench, now I have a little bit more depth, a little bit more variety on my court, so versus going in with 6, 7 girls. So
yeah, you had 7,
difference.
which 3 of them with injuries.
And
yes, you had about 4.
Yeah,
right.
So.
Right.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Head coach for Aitkin Gobblers, Abby Coach Davies, joining us here on the postgame show. Gobblers fall tonight, 57-41 against Little Falls. And we get a look here, of course, Gobblers now falling to 6-15 on the season. Thursday at home, it'll be against Detroit Lakes, which will be right here on yourliveevent.com. Again, Aitkin Gobbler basketball this week will be strictly yourliveevent.com. While Little Falls will be in action coming up tomorrow. They're going to be at home against St. Cloud, now 7-14 on the season. As we start to wind things down here in the post-game show, Jeremy, looking at some of the numbers again from this contest. Obviously 26 turnovers for Aitkin, but Little Falls here with a couple scores in double digits tonight.
Yeah, you've got Leah LeBlanc. She had 12 points, 7 rebounds. Claire Van Riesengem, I think, had 9 points, 7 rebounds, all of them in the second half, all rebounds. And for Riley Becker, I think Riley's the one that got banged up in the first half. Is that correct?
That was, I think that was, you know, honestly, I don't remember.
Oh, no, it was Lexi LeBlanc.
Yeah, that's right,
fault.
Lexi LeBlanc, yep.
Riley Becker with 11 points, 2 rebounds, so nice night. Balanced scoring, leading the way for the Gobblers. Ella had 9 points, 6 rebounds. Emma with 5 and 6, and Britta with 6 points, 6 rebounds. So, you know, again, you know, we talked about this, Paul. One factor again, girls only 5-18 from the free throw line. That's a big. If you're 13 of 18, 7 points, you're cutting this game down to single digits and giving yourself an opportunity. So, but there's always tomorrow.
Exactly.
The sun's going to come up.
At least we hope so. It's supposed to rain and snow, I think, tomorrow going into Thursday. But, again, yes, there will be a new dawn and a new day with, again, Gobblers will be back in action girls' side coming up Thursday. That'll be against Detroit Lakes right here from Aitkin High School. As, again, final score here tonight, 57-41 for Little Falls. Looking ahead here with our broadcast schedule, again, we will have, of course, Aitkin Gobbler girls basketball Thursday against the likes of, that will be on Thursday, yes, Detroit Lakes. It'll be right here on yourliveevent.com, 6:55 pregame. We will have Section 7 2A Wrestling Aitkin Gobblers at Hibbing. That will be on KKN AM 930 FM Translator 103.1. Aitkin Gobbler boys basketball on yourliveevent.com as they'll take on Park Rapids. And if the Gobbler wrestlers in the semifinals and finals make it, we'll have coverage of that from Cloquet on KKN AM 930 FM 103.1. Much more of their full broadcast schedule and more you can always find on our website at rjbroadcasting.com. Final score, 57-41. Gobblers fall to 6-15 on the season, while Little Falls improves to, again, 7-14 on the season as well. Gobblers will fall here tonight, and we'll be back in action coming your way on Thursday here on yourliveevent.com. Big thank you to everybody for tuning in. Coach Aaron Bring from Little Falls for talking to us in the pregame show. Coach Kai Davies, as always, in the pregame and postgame show for joining us. Ella Jansen for joining us in the postgame show, as well as Jeremy Jansen for keeping books and stats, and all the great folks from Aitkin and Little Falls for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. If you heard some of our sponsors or saw some of our sponsors with tonight's broadcast, be sure to thank them with your patronage, and always shop local here in the Brainerd Lakes area. Well, until next time, this is Paul Vold signing off here for Jeremy Jansen. I'm Paul Vold signing off from Aitkin High School. 57-41, Little Falls takes down Aitkin on your home for Aitkin Gobbler home sporting events throughout the 2022-23 season and beyond. YourLiveEvent.com. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday on the rest of your Monday night. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Good night, everybody.